What Summer Olympic events belong on the Mount Rushmore? We're going to put those together here in just a second. First, don't forget, hop on the live stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Be sure to join the Horde Hangouts each and every day. While you're there, like, follow, and subscribe as well. You can also listen to the show. You can get us on your in-home smart speaker. You can get us on the app, also on the website, rock1061.com. So the Summer Olympics, which were supposed to happen last year, because of the pandemic, they got pushed back this year. There was still concern that they would do them or not. And recently, one of the officials with the Japan Olympic Committee said they were even be willing to call them off at the last minute if things got out of hand with COVID.
Right.
But obviously didn't have to call them off. It's going to be weird because there's going to be no spectators at any of the venues, but officially get kicked off today. The opening ceremony is on Friday. So in honor of the Summer Olympics, Marshall, you and I are going to put together the Mount Rushmore of Summer Olympic events.
And because you are such the Olympics fan, I absolutely have to let you go first.
Okay.
So
I appreciate that.
We'll let you start today.
All right. So I really initially, when I started putting together this list, I'm like, this is my number one. Then I started looking. I'm like, nope, you know what? I don't think it is. But it deserves a spot on the Mount Rushmore because I think this is one of the bread and butter events of the Summer Olympics, track and field. I mean, it's you've got, a history of Usain Bolt. You've got Carl Lewis. You've got all these names, Jackie Joyner-Kersee, all these names that people still to this day remember because of running track and field. So, I mean, it's one of the marquee events every year. They usually wait until the second week because they hold off, like saving the best for last.
Right.
Track and field deserves its spots on the Mount Rushmore of Summer Olympic events.
Okay, that's a good choice. Once again, I'm not an Olympics guy very much, so I had to go to the Olympics website and just remind myself what was available to choose. So this is going to be pretty tough, but I'm gonna go big time horny guy right here. I'm gonna go beach volleyball.
Oh, you son of a gun!
Yeah, coming in at number 4 on my Mount Rushmore of Summer Olympic events. I don't know anything about it. Yeah. I'm not gonna bring out names like Cotter did, like Jackie Joyner-Kersee or Carl Lewis, but
Misty May Trainer. That she's
that's just words to me. But chicks in bikinis. Or somewhat sport athletic swimwear, playing volleyball on a sandy beach. I'll stop that channel every single time, Cotter. And that's why beach volleyball hits number 4 on my list of the Mount Rushmore of Summer Olympic sports.
Oh man, I wanted to include that so bad on my list.
Nope.
Yes, I get it. The women are incredibly hot. It's fun to watch. 2-person volleyball.
Oh, yeah. I'm having a good time.
On
Trust
the beach. Me. It's a lot of fun to watch. All right. Number 3 on my list. I'm totally into this every year. Diving. I love diving because after about an hour of watching diving, you're suddenly a diving expert.
Oh.
And you can critique everybody when they screw up. Toes weren't pointed. Minus points. Too much of a splash. Minus points. You get uber judgy watching diving, and it doesn't take long for you to believe you're an expert at the sport and can easily judge all of these world-class athletes who have been doing this in their entire career. But diving, and I mean, how hard is it to do this sport? I mean, it's just crazy stupid. So diving easily make him a Mount Rushmore.
I can't imagine you just sitting in your house screaming at the television
every time
at world-class athletes telling them how to do their job.
Yep. Maybe that's why I like it so much.
All right, so number 3, it's going to be a tough take, and I hope you respect me afterwards. But coming in number 3 on my Mount Rushmore of Olympic game best ever events, I'm going to choose one that hasn't even happened yet. I'm going to go skateboarding.
Okay.
I'm going to go skateboarding. Here's the reason why. As a child, I've watched the X Games and watching dudes do sick heel flips, wall rides, ollies, straight up shove-its, how about the fakey big spin trick? Tony Hawk, all these guys. I play Tony Hawk Pro Skater more than a lot of people should have. So I'm just saying, watching this stuff in the X Games format and now being brought to the big time, the Olympics, I feel really good about it. So I'm going to go ahead and put skateboarding, a sport that connects to me, my generation, as being a very young man, Number 3 on my Mount Rushmore.
Ask me in a couple Olympics, I would agree with you 100%. I would put skateboarding, possibly some of the BMX stuff on my Mount Rushmore, but I just felt I couldn't since they didn't have the actual Olympic history yet. But there is history there. So I don't hate the choice because I think eventually it would make my Mount Rushmore as well. So we're putting together the Mount Rushmore of Summer Olympic events. We've got our top 2. I'm calling an audible because Marshall picked one of mine. So it's coming up next. We'll finish the Mount Rushmore Summer Olympic events. What makes yours? Let us know. Hit us up with the text 800-394-1061 or via the chat. 5-Figure Death Punch. Darkness settles in. Cotter and Marshall. Rock 1061. Thank you for hanging out, Cotter and Marshall Show, putting together our Mount Rushmore of Summer Olympic events. The Olympics officially started today. Opening ceremonies is on Friday. So far, number 4 on my list, track and field. Number 3, diving. Marshall went with beach volleyball, solid choice, coming in at number 4. And skateboarding, coming in at number 3, which is a brand new event to the Summer Olympics, long overdue. They should have been having this in the Olympics decades ago.
Sure.
All right, so this is a tough choice for me because I really want my number 1 on my list, but I want it to be number 1, but I don't want you to take it. So I don't know whether I'm going to mix things up here, call an audible, make my number 1, number 2, just so I have it. I don't think I'm going to.
Okay.
I'm gonna hang out and hope maybe you pass up on it. Number 2 for me. Since you took my initial number 2, I'm going to go gymnastics. Like track and field, it is one of the marquee events. It is the biggest rated event in the Summer Olympics, the women's gymnastics.
You're a big Simone Biles fan. All of us know that.
She's amazing, one of the best athletes on the planet.
She's the GOAT.
And it's an intense thing to watch because it comes down to tenths of a point. And then you get into some of the all-around events, and then all of these events matter for the team score. So if somebody messes up on the uneven bars, it messes up the entire team. So, I mean, there's a lot of drama going on. Carrie Strug years ago when she hurt her ankle and still hit the vault and landed.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, so it is a fun sport to watch. It's not something like basketball or football I'm watching every weekend. But when the Olympics rolls around, I always look forward to it. Number 2, gymnastics.
Gymnastics. Interesting choice. I honestly would have never guessed that you would have shown gymnastics. But you're a big-time Olympic guy.
I am.
You watch it every single time it's on the television. I don't think I've watched more than 30 seconds of any sport. So going to, I honestly, when this sport comes up, I watch it every time.
Right.
Because the first thing I'm thinking is, why are they doing that? And this sport right here, you brought it up, and it made me nervous because I thought you were actually going to bring it up during the break. I'm going to go ahead and go with shooting.
Okay.
Just straight up, dudes doing distance shooting.
Yeah.
Like, those guys are insane to me. Because, I mean, I know shooting a gun is easy. Everyone, you can go buy a gun in 30 minutes or whatever, grab a gun and shoot it. But these guys who like do the 10, 25, 50 meter shootings, and even the Summer Olympics where they like ski and shoot and stuff, dude. I'm like, what is this, a James Bond film? Nope, it's the Olympics. And I know that's a wintertime Olympic. We're only doing summer, but just straight up shooting. Anything associated with shooting in the Olympics, I'm enthralled with. That's why it comes in number 2 on my Mount Rushmore.
It is a solid event. It is fun to watch. It's one of those things you don't get to see on TV ever.
Yeah.
So when it's there for the Olympics, I'm always in on that. This makes me feel good. He didn't pick my number 1. I'm very happy. So kind of going back to the whole skateboarding thing, I need to give it, some time to be in the Olympics before it can make my Mount Rushmore. My number 1 was new to the Olympics, well, now 5 years ago, and it instantly became my favorite Olympic event, rugby sevens.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, rugby sevens is so much fun to watch. It's a quicker pace game because there's less people on the field, a 7-on-7. It's very high scoring. Some of these dudes are just huge. Talking about laying hits on people. The tackles are just crazy. Rugby sevens. If you don't watch any Olympic sport, at least watch this. Give yourself a match. You're going to fall in love.
Okay. Sorry, my thing completely went off. Perfect on my. So just so everyone knows that when it comes to the Olympics, there are 4 new sports for the Summer Olympics. There's karate, skateboarding, sport climbing, and surfing. So once again, I apologize. My computer just slightly died, right when. Oh, perfect. Thank you for that. Okay, so I mean, when it comes to my number 1, when it comes to Olympic sports, What? You know what? I don't know if I've ever actually watched this Olympic sport, but I'm enthralled with the idea of. I've seen it on ESPN before, like the Ocho, like late at night.
Yeah.
What about badminton? Badminton does not get the respect it deserves when it comes to Olympic sports.
These athletes can sling shuttlecocks at high velocity. You're going to sling a shuttlecock that fast. Got my respect.
Now, once again, this was a tough task because now that I remember, handball was also on my list.
Handball's fun, man.
Handball is a lot of fun.
It's like something your PE teacher came up with just to kill time back in the day for PE.
Exactly. When you watch Olympic handball, immediately you think, I could be there. I could do that. But handball, just an honorable mention on my list. I'm going to go badminton number 1.
Okay, I don't hate that choice at all because when it comes to the Summer Olympics, you get some of those weird sports. I mean, table tennis, ping pong for me is an honorable mention. You watch these people, these athletes play ping pong. It's crazy how quick they get that thing going.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to watch some badminton.
All right, there you go. Mount Rushmore of Summer Olympic events. Very solid choices all around. Hey, guys, it's Connor and Marshall from Rock 106.1. Thank you so much for watching our stupidity online.
Daily. We appreciate it. So make sure that you like and comment and subscribe. It's down there somewhere. We're not exactly for sure. We do appreciate it. And, of course, more content always coming soon.